Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So yesterday was big news, right? Geno Smith was acquired from the Las Vegas Raiders in exchange for a pick swap. He's our new quarterback, right? And it's, of course, a pretty polarizing move. There are some fans that love it. There are some fans that hate it. And there's a lot of fans that fall somewhere in the middle. We're kind of apathetic towards it. For me personally, I always really liked Geno. And I was pumped for him when he had his success with the Seattle Seahawks. Man, he had a couple really solid seasons for them. But now, this go-round, round two, with the Jets, linking back up with his boy Demario Davis, I'm hoping he has the opportunity to play behind good protection up front. Got to figure out left guard, right? Still a problem at the time of this recording, but hopefully he can play and start behind a good above-average offensive line. Hopefully he's going to have a plethora of weapons to throw to. Hopefully the coaching is better than what he had to deal with Chip Kelly and the Las Vegas Raiders. And so what's really cool is we just heard from Geno, right? We actually just heard from Geno Smith. This video got popped up in the YouTube recommended. He just sat down with Josina Anderson over on the Exhibit YouTube channel. Of course, I'll leave it linked down below in the description box. Go check it out. Go give it a like. It was a really good conversation. It was about a half hour long. And in this one, I wanted to really just kind of hit on some of the key takeaways for me personally. Smith said that he had an opportunity to stay with the Raiders, right? Be a mentor to what we presume is going to be Fernando Mendoza, but he chose another opportunity. And to be honest, at 35 years old, I don't blame him. He doesn't have 20 years left. If he feels like he's a starting quarterback in the league, I want to go to a team that I feel like I can start for. It's the same kind of situation that we're seeing with other quarterbacks in the NFL. No real difference with Geno Smith here. And he had a couple of really cool quotes. And the first was about him having a chip on his shoulder, and not just kind of with how things ended with the Raiders and really just the course of last season. But he talked about AG, talking to Aaron Glenn, having those conversations with him, feeling like Glenn has a chip on his shoulder too, right? Ready to prove everybody wrong. Now, who knows if that's going to happen? Only time will tell. But I'll say this, man, it feels really cool. It seriously feels like it's the Jets versus everybody. You remember those shirts that came out like in the start of the Dan Campbell era, where it was Detroit versus everybody? It feels like it's Jets versus everybody, man. There's a lot of people that want to see this team lose. They want to see this team tank the season away, and that's totally fine. If you're one of those people, that's totally fine. But for me personally, I love this team too much to root against them, right? I want to see this team win. And how cool would it be if Geno Smith comes back in his second stint, refined, polished, kind of battle-tested, right? Chinks in the armor, but ready to go, ready to embrace the challenge of becoming this team's quarterback to move them in the right direction. So I'm excited to see how it's going to play out. He also mentioned that he wanted to go to a team that he felt like had his back. And after discussing it with his family and looking at all the other opportunities from other NFL teams along with the Raiders, he felt like the Jets were that team. And the last quick point that I thought was just so cool was he started talking about the Jets roster. Like he starts going into detail with some of our weapons. He was talking about how he was impressed with Armand Membu's rookie season. He loves Mason Taylor. He loves Adonai Mitchell. Supposedly him and Tyrod Taylor are cool off the field, and they train, he said, every day together, which I thought was awesome. And of course, Tyrod is a free agent. We'll see if he comes back. Of course, he said he was excited to get to work with Garrett Wilson, but, I thought that was really cool. Normally, the first time you hear from a quarterback, it's, days or a week, a couple weeks after the initial signing is made. And it's most of the questions are, basically just about yourself and the fit. And I liked how Josina Anderson talked about the situation that he was walking into with the Jets and, of course, the challenge that came with it. But, for him to talk specifically about certain offensive pieces and how he's already watching film from last season to get a feel for the guys, I felt that was really cool. This is coming out the day that the Jets went out and acquired him. And, of course, this has been in the works here. It's not like, he looked down at his phone and he's a member of the Jets. But still, to go through that process and to be at this point talking about it, I really thought that was impressive. And also at the end of the interview, he talked a little bit about South Florida football, right? The training that he's doing and everything like that. And, as a fellow South Floridian, Geno's one of us, man. Geno's one of us. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section on it. Will we have more signings today, right? Will we get some more news that comes out. We'll see. But yeah, Geno Smith is looking like he's going to be the guy here for 2027. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, okay, we're out, a veteran minimum deal and a 7th to a 6th round pick swap, which by the way is just 11 picks. The Raiders just moved up 11 slots. If you wanted to know the details of that actual trade, but it's a bridge deal. So we'll see how it plays out. But let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.